You know, I don't normally read independent comic books. But when I do... Portland fucking Oregon! Planet 503 here at the Kennedy School for Thanks from Another World's Geek Trivia Night. We're gonna see some fucking people win shit, and it's gonna be fun as hell. God damn it. Wow. It's a little bit busier than I thought it would be, man.
Yes, it is, Kevin.
Pretty damn cool. What they've got right here are a few first edition Fantastic Fours. You've got a trade paperback and Blade, Captain America and Bucky. You've got a couple of Big Bang Theory bobblehead, you got Walking Dead bobblehead, and some awesome Clone Trooper action figures. So later on, we're gonna try and give it to people who win these prizes. It's gonna be amazing. Sorry, I had to get past that person real quick, and hopefully get a nice cool reaction, and we'll ask some few questions. So first question: is this your guys' first Geek Trivia night? No. Have you guys ever won anything before?
Yes.
What was your score? Really? How many times?
We won grand prize twice.
Nice.
And we won first place, second place, and third place a couple of times each.
What'd you win?
Gift certificates to the comic book store.
Nice. Thanks for Another World.
Yes, they sponsor the event. They're really
cool.
And then we won grand prize once. We won some really phenomenal prizes.
Are you expecting to win tonight?
Maybe.
What's your strong point?
I'm an Irish traditional and fantasy singer. I sing at Renaissance
Very
fairs.
cool. Very cool.
So I think that's kind of a geeky profession.
Yeah.
I do get paid to do it, so it's not my primary means of income, but I do get paid to do it, so I guess it is a geeky profession.
Very cool.
And I know everything there is to know about Firefly, so...
What's your guys' team name tonight?
We were rest in peace, Stanley.
So obviously you guys probably have like different knowledge bases. What is each of your like strong suit? Like what do you know the most? Like that's your specialty.
I'm the Game of Thrones guy.
You're the Game of Thrones guy?
I'm usually pretty good with that. I'm not Marvel Comics, DC, I'm that kind of person. I just have a lot of random knowledge, know what's
So right now they're about to play Street Fighter because they're tied.
Wait, I need a correction to Mr. Gideon's thing.
Sorry.
They're about to play Street Fighter 2, the best game on the SNES of all time. So Chun-Li has round one. Chun-Li wins best two out of three.
I guess that's why she got me.
Now for the grand prize, with a grand total of 51 points. They did not place in round two, but the fact they had a perfect score in round one was enough to put them over. San Dimas High football rules. Congratulations, you guys. Come on up here and get your prizes. To the rest of you.
Excellent! Ready for this?
Yeah,
all right,
go.
hold on, I'm going to give it a good break. The winner of tonight's Geek Trivia, San Dimas High School Rules! Woo! All right, show us what you guys won.
I want some comics.
Very cool. We got a Blade trade.
So we got the
paperback.
$30 gift certificate for winning round one.
Very cool.
With a perfect score.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
And then the grand prize included a source book on Eve. This
Bane toy.
action
Nice.
figure.
From the Clone Wars
Some
series.
signed Fantastic Four comic books.
Very cool.
This Blade comic that demonstrates he's indeed from the 70s, like I was saying. We were talking
If you
about.
weren't sure he's from the 70s, this comic could probably prove it.
Captain America and Buffy.
Very cool.
Bucky.
Yeah,
That makes
Buffy.
way more sense.
Amazing crossover idea. Can we sell
I'm
that?
surprised it hasn't happened already.
Yeah, exactly. Captain America and Buffy.
As soon as I heard Buffy.
Vampire Nazi Hunter. How about that?
vampire.
Very cool. So, all right, you guys, this is your first night out? No? Yes?
I've been lots of times.
This is
Our first time.
First time out? That's pretty awesome. First time out and you guys win something. That's amazing. We got 8 points in the first round. We're here with Jeff Parker with his release of Batman 66 Volume 1. We asked Mr. Jeffrey about his influences on writing Batman 66.
Lorenzo Simplician.
What kind of influence does he have on you?
He actually was influential on me, but not because of Batman. It was because he wrote he did the screenplay of 3 Days of the Condor. And I was a big fan of that movie, and early on I did this book, The Interman, and that was a big influence on that graphic novel. And it's not just that he adapted from the book, because I read the book by James Grady, and it's not that good. It had a lot of good facts in it because the guy worked for the government and stuff, but Lorenzo turned it into a real meaningful movie. And I always loved that. But I also loved, he wrote the 1980 Flash Gordon movie, which is also a very pulp feel. I'm a huge admirer of what he did on the Batman show because the episodes he wrote are the best, and he really nails the tone and gets all the spirit of the comics and everything in it. It's just good stuff. Yeah, I write Jeff Johns. I followed Aquaman on that. Yeah, it's pretty tough because he was pretty good.
That's what I was wondering.
But he was in the Justice League and busy, so I started writing Jeff Johns.
But you're a very talented writer. You did Hulk of Arabia, which was essentially a storyline, my favorite storyline from the Hulk saga.
I was so happy about that title because I was kind of joking when I said it to the editor, but we kept coming back. It's like we couldn't think of anything as memorable as that, so it ended up staying as the title.
Yeah, it's very cool. You brought like a Middle Eastern Dr. Doom kind of villain.
Yes.
It was very awesome.
You really did read it.
Yeah, I love comics. And I love everything you've done for Marvel, honestly. And DC, I'm getting into it too. So.
I like it.
Yeah. He likes me.
I like this guy.
So let's come back to Marvel. Please.
There is a possibility because I know that's going to get finished because I know Jonathan, but I also know local
heard it here first.
Well, and I also know Dustin Weaver, and they've wanted to finish that thing, and I don't think they're going to let it not be finished. So it would be perfect if when that came out to go back and revisit it. You know, at the time I just got busy with my DC stuff, and then they got busy with all their plans that they had coming up with the Now books and everything. So it just kind of got left there as potential. I'd love to have Red She-Hulk and Machine Man and a Man-Thing running around doing stuff.
For S.H.I.E.L.D., like specifically?
For Ancient S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, Ancient S.H.I.E.L.D. That was very cool. Another thing in this book, you were bringing in a lot of other Batman characters who haven't been seen in the original series. That's really cool. Could we expect a lot more of that happening in the near future?
Yes, but I'm still really waiting till they're going to let me just unleash pure-on villains that weren't seen in the series. I think they wanted me to just get the ones that people know first from just TV. Obviously I'm dying to hurry up and get to a few of them.
What about heroes? Are we ever going to see Superman 66?
No, it's just not going to happen because it wasn't a part.
Exactly.
This whole thing was a special deal with Fox Greenwood and Warner Brothers and everything, so it's kind of its own thing. But you do have coming up. You do have them teaming up with the Green Hornet in a special. Yeah, it's Kevin Smith and DJ Ralph Garman turned out to be a good writer, and that looks pretty great.
Also, we talked to Jonathan Case, one of the guys on the creative team for Batman 66, about some of his independent work.
Dear Creature was my first book from a couple of years back. It was from a regular book publisher. A lot of people are still discovering it because of that. But it's about an atomic creature in the 60s with a poet's soul. It's got some comedy and romance and sort of thing. And then I've got some darker stuff over here, some true crime and crime fiction. John Arcudi, longtime comics writer, and Jeff Jensen, who's a journalist for Entertainment Weekly. And his father was one of the lead detectives on that, so very authentic book.
We talked to Declan Shelvey about working with Warren Ellis, one of the biggest names in the comic book industry.
No, it's definitely a little bit.
It's okay.
No, it was exciting, but then I started working on it and I realized, fucking hell, like I was reading Excalibur and Wolverine stuff when I was a kid, and it's the same. It's kind of like, it's exciting, the idea of it, and then as I'm working on it, I have to remember just how influential his work has been for years. Like back in college, I was reading The Authority and Planetary as well at the same time. I've loved this stuff for ages. But I guess he hasn't done so much comics work in the mainstream in a while that I kind of hadn't thought about it that much. So I just thought myself really thinking about it, otherwise I get scared. I just deal with them as the scripts that they were, and as they were, they're just excellent, inventive, exciting scripts that really
Right.
kind of leaves a lot for me to, it kind of leaves a lot of the heavy lifting to me as regards actual storytelling. Like he's got it all worked out, he's written it all down exactly the way he should, but he doesn't like hide behind superfluous dialogue or unnecessary narration. I just have to like, I think a lot of people, as reading it seems quick, but to me it like I had to work so much on the storytelling more than if it was just like, you know, punch. And I got, as a result, I got to do a much moodier book that I was kind of really wanting to do at Marvel for that long time. I tried doing it at Venom, I tried doing it on Deadpool. It's harder to do in a team book like Thunderbolts, but you know, I tried adding a certain atmosphere to it. So I just feel that this book, like it's like atmosphere right in the face, you know. Should put that as a tag, like atmosphere right in the face. But no, it's been excellent, and I was expecting him to be kind of all bah humbug, you know, internet man, but he's been excellent. Really accommodating. Any questions straight away gets back onto me. Yeah, it means the book's selling an awful lot, which is a big change for me.
Well, you know, you did an awesome job on the art for The Good and Bad and the Ugly for Deadpool, and it really brought something to the whole Marvel Now thing that Deadpool was kind of missing. It was like the darker what's happening with him.
Yeah, well, I've never liked Deadpool, but I was reading the new series that Jerry and Brian were writing, just to test it out, because I thought it was interesting at the very least. I like all these Marvel Now books, regardless of whether you're into them with Ms. Marvel or Moon Knight or Ghost Rider. They're at least interesting, and I thought I'd give it a go, and I really liked it actually. And so when I was offered Deadpool, I was like, it's fun. I don't know about a comedy book. Like, comedy's actually really hard to do in comics because it's all about timing and pacing. But I took it on mainly because Captain America and Wolverine were in it, to be honest. But as I got into it, like it's just the story got more and more like darker and more intense, and I was like, this is right up my alley, because the more depressing and miserable the story, like the more I'm into it. I know what's wrong with me.
It was a nice break away from like the comedy aspect of the series.
It's kind of, I felt like kind of Jerry and Brian like built up a book, and then once you thought you knew exactly what it was, pulled the rug out from underneath and went, no, there's consequences, and there's quite serious consequences, and it's not all ha ha ha, you know. And so for all the arcs for me to draw, was definitely the one that suited me the best. It's pretty savage.
So you and Jordy Miller, you're working on Moon Knight together.
Yes.
Have you guys ever worked with each other before? And if so, Deadpool. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought.
Before that, we worked on an issue of The Massive together. I took on a one-shot issue, mainly because Dave Stewart. So I love working with Brian Wood and Dave Stewart, but as it turns out, Dave Stewart left the book and they hired Jordy, so we actually managed to get to work together as a coincidence.
Yeah.
But it came out really nice. So when I asked for her on Deadpool, like, here's a really nice issue that we did together. So it worked out. And we've been doing covers for ages though together. I've just been desperately trying to get her on my books at Marvel. And instead she works with Chris Donnelly and David Barrett and all the brilliant artists. So I finally got her.
So that wraps up this week with Planet 503. We went to Thanks from Another World's Trivia Night at Kennedy School, and now we're here leaving Cosmic Monkey after the signing with Jeff Parker and Jonathan Case.